Corporation case R period tilde 385 tilde 460 tilde 312 colon U period S period. I'm filing on September 14th, 2021, a contract in place that deals with copyrights on the Title IV flag, sedition, treason, and traitors.
If true, he should be fired and tried for treason immediately, giving America's enemies a heads up before an attack. Well, that's the worst possible offense that a member of our military could ever commit.
You have here Mark Milley, not once but twice, before the election and after, contacts the head of the communist military in China, our #1 enemy. Joint Chiefs of Staff knows every step of it. He's going to tell the enemy? If that's true, this SOB needs to be out of there as fast as possible, without a debate. What else does he do? He basically, according to this article, if it's true, he tells his subordinate officers basically to take an oath of loyalty to him. To him. What else does he do? He conspires with the head of the CIA who's worried about a right-wing coup. The head of the Joint Chiefs is collaborating with the head of the opposition party, Pelosi and Schumer. So he's collaborated, according to this story, with the communist Chinese military, with the head of the Democrats in the House, with the head of the Democrats in the Senate. He's got subordinate generals and others who he, according to this story, gets allegiances from them.
On August 12th, 1999, the Title IV flag, sections 1, 2, and 3, were filed for copyrights at the Post Office and the United Nations Postal Administration, and that is articulated in the caption, as well as in paragraph 0. The copyrights were also filed at the U.S. Post Office on July 18th, 2000, in corporation claim number R period tilde 294 tilde 568 tilde 221 colon U period S period. Sedition, treason, and traitors. In 1999, the charter bankruptcy, the Constitution of the United States, ended. In ending, the top brass of the U.S. military has known this for years. Upon knowing this, they kicked off a new world order in the fake presidential election of 2000, where they perpetrated and used the Florida Chads to trick the American soldiers, trick the American people, and to kick off a new world order to steal people's the citizens' rights of the world, to demoralize the spirit of who we are as citizens of the former America, as well as the citizens of the world. In that betrayal, they tried to downplay the legitimacy of my position as Postmaster-General, and doing so created a treasonous act of trickery through sedition to hide the fact that the United States government ceased to exist in 1999. When the United States government ceased to exist in 1999, there were some consequences of that charter ending. Number one, there was to be no constitutional president. For the charter to elect a president ended in 1999. Thus, the 2000 Florida Chads election was the setup to not follow any guidelines to elect a president. Number two, that there was no, because the Constitution ended, there was no Congress, because Congress didn't reauthorize in 1999 when the Constitution ended. So the Senate and the House of Representatives ended in the former United States. And I kicked off the largest court-martialing in 2004, and in that I syntaxed and disqualified the Uniform Code of Military Justice, as well as Title X, and rewrote that in the court-martialing trials. Because of the sedition and treason by these traitors, the Title IV flag, which I have the copyrights to, will not be used by these traitors on the military postal bases, the military postal forts, the postal stations, as well as the U.S. Pentagon. The Title IV flag no longer sponsors these traitors which are on this vessel contract. The traitors' names are identified in all capital letters. The volition behind the capital letters is because they are identified as a vessel, because the traitors on this contract do not have claims of the life, because the birth certificate system ended in 1999. Thus, without a claim of the life, these vessels don't have authorization to engage in any thinking for the statement of a claim, because only facts can identify for the statement of a claim. Therefore, these vessels are identified in capital letters as traitors, and the traitors are to be captured and brought to me for trial. The trial is a treason charges for sedition, and because of the performances by the vessels, they don't have the capacity to think to defend themselves, because they got a birth certificate. That's tomfoolery. It ended in 1999. So if you run into these vessels on the postal military bases and forts and lands, as well as the postal stations in the Pentagon, the stabilization force has authorization to capture these vessels and bring these vessels to me, so that there can be a public trial, or they can be brought to trial before the public, so the public can see their sedition and their treason. And this is a massive cover-up for many, many years. In 2008, I was conducting the largest court-martialing in the history of planet Earth, and I had personal contact on a day-to-day level with the Secretary of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Michael-Glenn Mullen, who is court-martialed as well. And they know exactly what's going on in the court-martialing. They know that there is no United States. They have been playing games against the American soldiers and the American people, as well as the citizens of the world, for many years. And it's time for this paradigm to end. As the soldiers now become sovereign claimants with claims of the life within the paradigm of the U.S. military, and they follow the correct mechanics of how to claim their sovereignty, they're going to become knowledgeable. Soldiers are becoming knowledgeable of the facts and of the truth. And the truth shall always set you free. See, numbers don't lie, but liars never figure. So all of you generals that have been hiding the truth, and all you press out here, the public press, who have been hiding my legitimacy as Postmaster General, and have been tricking the fake presidents, and if you ever take witness, everyone out here, why do presidents always hire crappy people? Because it's a ruse to steal your rights. It's a ruse to give you no contract rights. And so we've got to come out of the fakeness of who we are. And especially the U.S. military needs to stop playing in their Ken and Barbie doll Santa Claus game, because that doesn't exist. So come out of that Ken and Barbie Santa Claus condition, and let's step into the factual conditions, and let's capture these vessels. The vessel cargo traders on this contract, each and every one of them should be captured and brought, for they are in violation of November 13th, 2020 filing, when they were supposed to secure our borders, and they were given commands, and they have not followed their commands. And now, as we watch the travesty of what's happening in Afghanistan, where no thinking is being taken place, no authorization and no accountability is being dealt out. The accountability starts with me. I am the Commander-in-Chief, and I am the Postmaster General. And the military soldiers, you are learning about this, and you are coming to grips with it, and you are going to make the difference here. You're going to have to. Look at our borders. What do you think's going on? Who's coming across? Do you know how much trouble this is going to cause for your families, your loved ones, and the citizens of the former United States? These are dangerous games that are being played by very few people. So let's round them up for their treasonous acts. Let's bring them to trial so their families can be so proud of them for their treasonous ways against them and the people of this country. And then now, once that happens, we can start to forgive ourselves, and we can start to heal and secure our borders to stop this migration of tomfoolery that's coming across, because those people are only doing what they've been told. They've been told to come here by very foolish people who are running around acting like they're in charge. This is not correct. They're not in charge. They're not even in charge of themselves. Take a look at them. They have no accountability. They have no honor of the citizens of this country. They leave our citizens offshore. They strand them. Shame on them. And it's going to end. As the American soldiers and the American citizens and the American press finally pull their heads out of their butts and figure it out that you've been lied to since 1999, and figure out that these fake presidents that have been acting like they've actually done something, as we see the winding down of all the poor choices that have been made since the year 2000, when they've had these fake presidents in place, and as we see the press scratching their heads, wondering, how can this be? The Constitution says this, the Constitution says that. I'm sorry, Hannity, Levine, Jones, all of you actors out there that are maneuvering thinking into the paradigm of society, you can't figure this out? You can't figure it out? You've been told. And yet, you do the same thing every night, every day, every day, every day. Come on, guys. You guys are smart. Get your claims of the life so you can establish some facts. And then let's go in together and let's forgive those who need to be forgiven. And let's hold the accountability of those who need to be held accountable. I'm Russell-J. Colin Gould, Postmaster-General and Commander-in-Chief.